Hi, this is Lee from 2J's and a Taco. This is my first attempt at a tutorial. Hope you enjoy it. This is part 1 on how to use Inkscape and Sure Cuts a Lot to create your own designs. First, let's start out by looking for an image. I did a heart, so I did Google and search under the images and did a line drawing for a heart. From Google, select your image and it'll bring it up in its web page. Do a right click on the image and select Copy Image. Next, you'll want to open Inkscape. Then select Edit from the menu and then select Paste. The image that you copied should now appear in Inkscape. Our next step is we want to make it editable. So select Path from the menu, then select Trace Bitmap. This is where you get to play to see what creates the best space for your SVG. I tend to use the brightness cutoff, but depending on the image, I've used edge detection and the next one down, the color quantization. Not quite sure what that one does for you, but it doesn't hurt to play around with it. It doesn't mess up your original. You can just keep deleting your creations and starting back again with your original. For the heart, I selected the brightness cutoff and I upped the threshold to 0.74. You'll notice that you get more and more lines the higher the number goes. You can't go past 0.99, or I haven't been able to on the images I've selected. Click the update and you'll see the little preview come up in your window, and click OK and it'll show up in your Inkscape. You'll have to manually hit the X to close this window. You now should have 2 images in Inkscape. You can select one and pull it off to the side. As you notice, one still has the white background and one has a clear background. The one with the clear is the one we want to keep and work with. So our original image, the one with the white background, select it and hit your delete key, and then you should just have the one with the clear background left. Make sure your image is selected and click on Path from the menu, then click on Object to Path. From this view, it looks ready to cut, that we're finished, but sometimes I find that things hide in the normal view. So let's go to the outline view and see what is hiding behind our image. So go up to View on the menu and click Outline. So if you'll notice, if you zoom in, for me, I like to hit the plus button on my keyboard several times and it zooms in. If you want to do it manually, if you'll notice in the bottom right hand corner of Inkscape, you can zoom in and zoom out by hitting the up and down. But look at our image. We actually have 2 separate images, or 2 separate lines to create our image. If we were to leave it like this, our Cricut would try to cut 2 very thin lines. I don't know about your Cricut, but mine would try to tear up the paper trying to cut something that fine. So what we need to do is break them apart and delete one of them. So make sure your image is selected, and we want to select Path from the menu and then go down and select Break Apart. Now do you notice you have 2 sets of dash boxes around your image? That's because both of the images are currently selected. Because our heart, they're very close in size and it really doesn't matter which one you delete. What I did was click off somewhere in the white away from my image and that deselected it. Then I came back over and just clicked once and hit my delete key, and that just deleted one of the hearts. Okay, let's flip back over to normal view and see what we did. Notice now we have a solid heart. Okay, this is where you can change colors. If you select the heart and click on any of the colors down below. Now we must save it so we can open our scowl and cut it. So to save it, go to File, Menu, and click Save As. Select a location and give it a file name. If you notice down in the bottom right corner, it automatically saves it as a .svg. That's what file format we need to be able to cut in SureCuts-A-Lot. Next, what I need you to do is go ahead and open SureCuts-A-Lot, and then from the File menu, select Import SVG. Navigate to where you saved your new heart SVG or the image that you chose to create. And this is what it looks like when you import. Now you have the chance to resize your SVG for cutting. Make it smaller, make it bigger. I tend to like to save paper, so I push it all the way up into the left-hand corner. Be careful about where you place it so it'll cut on your Cricut. Click on the scissors up in the menu bar when you're ready to cut. This pop-up will come up. I'm sure your version's probably different than mine. I don't think I've updated in the past 2 years, but it still works for me. Then click OK when you're ready to cut. This is Lee from 2Js and a Taco. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Thanks for visiting. Bye.